Hey guys, hold on, I'm gonna link up with Megan and get this party started.
Hello, 'tis I.
Hi.
Trying to angle this while my phone still charges. Ooh, okay, oh, that didn't work. This shall work. Got it.
I'm trying to sign in on our stuff on my tablet so that we can get the stuff everybody submitted. Hi Megan.
Hi, Brittany.
You also took a shower.
I bathe occasionally. Hey guys, we're just pulling up your topics since Megan has not looked at it at all today, so I have no idea what we are about to talk about. Makes it more interesting.
I have looked and I was just like, ooh, they know us a little too well and they're trying to... Are you kidding?
Oh, but I probably have Pop-Tart crumbs in my teeth, so if y'all see some brown chunks from cookies and cream, I apologize.
Are you kidding? It won't show you. On my tablet, it won't show you the answers. It just shows you who looked at it.
Well, that's going to be a problem.
A little bit. How about we let me hold on. See if I can do a live from the tablet, and then I can switch to that, and then pull them up on my phone.
No, he's not a Maltese. He's a mutt. This is Pippin, everyone. Pippin is my baby, and he is 75% mini schnauzer and 25% chihuahua. So, that's him. I also have a corgi named Mary who's sleeping at my feet right now. But Pippin is a lap baby. We got questions yet? Oh wait, hold on. Let me go grab this other phone. Maybe that'll help. I'll be back. 1 second.
I'll go back and look at what people are saying because I'm not paying attention. Welcome to Awkward Time with Brittany Alone. Expect the Throne of Glass box the week that it comes out. We are going to be doing those the week of the book release because you won't need your hangover kit until you have your hangover, or else you're just starting the hangover early.
Oh, did you get it?
No, they're asking questions in the chat.
Okay. Well, I have another phone, so I'm plugging it in right now, and I can log in.
This will be fun for Megan to actually see them first. Because some of them are directly sent towards you, and you're ranting.
I'm a ranter.
So just to update everybody, we asked for everybody to send in stuff for us to discuss. Not necessarily our normal Q&A time. We're just going to have talk time with Brittany and Megan and see how that goes. I looked at some of the responses earlier, and like some of them were just books to discuss, and others were certain ships, stuff like that. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. And you guys.
Do you remember any of them that we can start talking about while I download it?
Yeah, the first one was Nessian.
Would you like to start on that one?
We know that you're the one with all the opinions on that.
But you first.
I'll save that one for when you're not busy.
Okay.
One asked about the Arcana Chronicles, which is Poison Princess. I don't think you've read those, so I guess I could take that one.
Wait. I'm going to exit for 5 seconds and just screenshot this. I'll be back in like a second. But how do I exit? How do I leave? Can you boot me?
Removed. Hello, guys. Welcome to Awkward Time along with Brittany again. Give us just a minute. We're having some technical difficulties getting to the questions because we didn't have an extra phone to steal this time. But if you guys have anything you want to ask while we're in it, while I'm sitting here being weird, I'm here. The Guild Hunter series, who's that author? Like, seriously, I have so much stuff going on, like, in my head as far as series that I lose them sometimes. And, like, I have one that I think that's what you're talking about, but I want to make sure before I make a fool out of myself. Oh, Nalini. I have read some of those, but I haven't read enough of them to, like, go off it a lot. But Megan and I are both huge, like, romance fans. We're both big into, like, reading romance, not just YA books. But I also read a lot of, like, high fantasy and sci-fi and stuff like that. So I haven't read all of those to be able to discuss them enough, but I did like the first two that I did read. I need to pick that back up. Are you more excited for KOA or Air and Darkness? I am more excited for Air and Darkness. Personally, I'm really excited for both of them, but I'm more excited for Air and Darkness because of some of the new fun stuff we get to do. They're, like, we're putting a couple of items in there that I've never seen involved in a book box, so that's going to be interesting. Like, you should have seen us messaging these artists. We were like, hey, we got this weird idea. Can you do it? And they did. They're doing it, so that's pretty cool. Let's see. When are the boxes supposed to ship out? I'm not sure which box you're talking about, but our normal monthly box ships out the week of the 20th, as close to the 20th as we can, unless the book release date is later. For example, August book boxes didn't ship until the 27th for some of them because the book was not released until the 28th, and we can't give you the book until it's actually released. So there's that, but most of the time it's going to be on or around the 20th. And then Queen of Air and Darkness will ship a couple of days before December 4th, and KOA will ship around October the 23rd. What's your favorite thing to see in a book subscription box besides the book, of course? I'm really a fan. Like, I'm not really particular, like, about stuff that I get. I really like getting art prints, and I really like getting things that I can use, which is one of the big things that we make sure to put in our boxes, because if you can't use it, then there's really no point in it. So, like, I try to look for, like, I want stuff that I would normally use, but I want it to be book related. So if it's book related and it's stuff that I'd actually use, then yes. Oh, Megan's coming back. I'm adding you, woman. Sorry. Oh, love you too. Okay, so I got 2 boxes from October. I got Misfits and KOA. This is one coming early and then one later in the month, or do I have that totally messed up? The October box will ship first. Then right after those are out the door, KOA boxes will go out.
Yes. I have the things pulled up.
Yay, things pulled up.
Okay, so y'all submitted some random stuff for us to talk about. So we have those, and we are ready. So the first question by Little Miss Katie is, I'm getting ready to read Evenfall arc by Boris Kos. Is that the one we have an arc for? With the pretty cover?
It's so gorgeous.
Yeah, we have not started to read it yet, but we have it downloaded. pretty recently because we looked at the cover, and the cover was so stunning that it drew our attention. So we're going to be working on that one. Let us know what your thoughts are when you were done with it. Thoughts on Aragon?
I love Aragon, and this won't let me pin this. I don't know why.
That is a lamp.
Hi, lamp. Okay, anyways, I'm just gonna quit. I love Aragon. I read them in high school, and yes, I'm old. I just realized that as soon as I said that, I was like, oh, telling my age there. I read them in high school, and I remember getting so excited for the last two when they were coming out and going to midnight releases and stuff, and it was so cool because he was the author, Christopher Paolini, was so young and all this stuff, and it was dragons and, you know, Aragon. Like, it's just one of those nostalgic books for me, those series.
Yeah. I loved Aragon, and all I can say is I want justice for the Aragon movie. I want it redone in Lord of the Rings style.
That would be awesome. I'm one of those people that kind of just likes all movies and shows done after books, except for that first Shadowhunter movie. So I didn't hate it, but this is before you jump on me, this is how I feel about it. I look at all like movies and TV shows like fan art. I don't take them too seriously. Like, I don't expect them to be an exact replica of what I already love. I just take it as like an opportunity.
Arya was too wrong though.
Huh?
Arya was way wrong.
Yeah, no, I get it, but like, what I'm saying is, it gives you an opportunity that you wouldn't have normally to see like a visual of that world, like a lot, like kind of a like action visual of it. So I just kind of look at all TV and movie recreations as fan art, and if you can do that and really take yourself out of it, then I don't know, it makes me feel better, like whenever I look at adaptations. And I don't take them seriously. The only one that I've ever really, really gotten upset about was the Shadowhunter movie. When they did City of Bones. Like, it was...
Or Cough Cough, Twilight, Cough Cough.
Well, I didn't like those books. Moving on.
Well, that's usually how I think about some of the movies too, but I like it when they try to get characters to like match the books or whatever. Like, Arya was so wrong. Like, she had long red hair and stuff, and in the book she had like short dark hair, and that's one thing I usually hate about movie adaptations. They some reason hate short-haired women.
True. I don't know. Like I said, like, if you just kind of take a step back, or at least that's how I feel. If you just take a step back and just look at it as fan art or fan fiction, it makes me feel better about it. And also, I think since I have a background in theater, like, I realize how hard it is to get everything in there. And like, sometimes there's just stuff you can't do. And they've got.
I actually liked it. I rewatched it over and over again, and I still accepted it because it's what I had of Aragon. And I really did. A lot of the cast was very well done. Like, the cast, we had the right cast, but like how do you call it? The Razak or whatever you call them. Mm-hmm. They were men running around in black robes. Like, come on. You could have tried just a little bit more.
We can't scare the babies. Moving on.
The next one is from Parchment Princess. It's Inkheart, which I never read or watched. Is there a movie? There is a movie, isn't it?
Is there?
Maybe not. I'm thinking of Braveheart.
Like a weird time for me, so I just kind of never got back to them. Cause I have them. I just haven't read them, and I need to do that. I fail.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Parchment Princess.
Yeah, sorry. Alright, next one by Kira Larkey is The Darkest Minds and Darkest Legacy.
I love them. I haven't seen the movie yet. Super excited to do that. But I love the books. I really, really enjoy a well-done dystopian, and I love X-Men. So...
I read the first one, and I loved it, and then I I've been a really bad person at reading series lately. I haven't been finishing anything because we always have to pick up and read something else important. I try to like throw in a fun reading book every now and then, and usually by the time I go back to a fun reading book, I don't want to read the second in a series.
I've been, like, with me as far as, like, series lately, especially as much stuff as we have to read now. I know I sound like a whiny baby. Like, this is my dream job, reading. But,
Yeah.
like, thank God for audiobooks.
Oh, yeah.
Thank God. Like, and I
That
love
doesn't help with arcs, though.
No, it doesn't. But I still, I mean, hey.
Okay.
I don't know, though. I tore through a sequel the other day.
Okay. Sorry, earthquake.
Goodbye.
The next one from Xena Warrior something, it cut off. Nova and Adrian from Renegades, are they good together?
They can be if they would stop, hiding stuff and being sketchy, because that's what you do in books. You be sketchy, and you keep your secrets, and then suddenly we have 3 books. We could have just, if you had just, been an honest person, we could have had one really great book with a good character who didn't hide stuff from their significant other. But anyways, because we are, once they get over that, they're really young. They're young. There's a lot of stuff going on there. So once they get over that, I think they'll be great.
I have not read these yet, so that one is all you.
It's so good.
All right, let's see. Brown Eyed Book says, any thoughts on the Lunar Chronicles?
I have so many thoughts on the Lunar Chronicles. But
I really liked it. I only read the first 2. I own all of them because they're beautiful. I just kind of fell off of it and just never finished it, even though I loved both of them. There's really no excuse on why I didn't finish them.
I am a sucker for fairy tale retelling. you show me a retelling and it could be horrible and I'm still gonna read it because I cannot help myself.
I do that, but I almost refuse to read Alice in Wonderland retellings because there's just too many.
I don't like Alice in Wonderland. I'm the same way. Like, I love Marissa Meyer, and I've read all of her books except for Heartless.
No. I just can't do Alice in Wonderland.
People keep telling me that I've got to read it, and I'm like, I can't force myself to do it, and I just don't like Alice in Wonderland. I've never...
Yeah, same.
I don't know.
It freaks me out.
I think it's one of those love-hate things. People either obsess over Alice in Wonderland, or they're just like...
I used to have nightmares where... when I first watched the first... the Tweedledee and Tweedledum?
Yeah.
Well, I used to be a big Mario player, and you got trapped in the room. It was like you got trapped in the room with the bouncing creature that had it looked like a big Tweedledee or Tweedledum, and it kept getting bigger.
Yeah.
Well, I had nightmares as a kid that I was trapped in the room with Tweedledee and Tweedledum, and they'd start me laughing, and they'd just grow bigger and bigger, and I'd be trapped in the room, and I couldn't get out. So that's how that story went.
Bookshelf Review says, Heartless is good, though. It doesn't really have much to do with Alice. I wonder. More like and Crimson. Hey! Hey, Tammy. It is a Queen of Hearts retelling. Alice has nothing to do with it. Well, then, I might have to look into it.
I'm going to let me grab one of these questions on here. Someone asked about the Hobbit movie version, I'm assuming, because that's what we were talking about at the time. And let me tell you something. I am a huge Middle-earth, fan. I mean, my dog's names are Merry and Pippin. And I loved the Hobbit renditions, and I loved the book. I know there was a lot of crap they gave to The Hobbit because of so much CGI that was used. But the way that I look at both of them is they are not a continuation of what Lord of the Rings was. This was in a new time, a new style. This was, it would have been different if they would have had, two movies in the series start one way with no CGI and then turn into full CGI. Then it would just be messed up because it wouldn't be continuous. But my fiance, he freaks out every time. He loves The Hobbit, but he gets very mad. He's like, I wish they had all of the actors and makeup. They need it. They need to go back. And I'm just like, I love it. I love all of it. They're all wonderful. There's nothing that anything in that universe could do wrong for me. Nothing. Nothing. So that's my opinion on that. Plus, it's more beautiful Tolkien men. Mean. I said mean. Men. I said mean.
But.
Yeah, I got wrapped in there. Disney did not set my standards for men. The Middle-earth world set my standards for men.
Alright, what's the next question?
Let's see.
Skip the ones you're going to rant about. Save them for last.
Yeah. Favorite underrated series I need to add to my never-ending to-be-read.
Mistborn.
Let me look at my shelves.
Mistborn, everybody. Brandon Sanderson.
Yeah.
Mistborn.
I'm going to say my always answer to this one is Lord of the Fading Lands by C.L. Wilson. It's one of the most amazing fantasy books that I've ever read, and I love it, and I've read it like a billion times. But I think this girl, it's Caitlin, I think she already read it, because I bothered her until she read it last time. I think she did. So I am going to say the Tithe series by Holly Black. Except skip book 2, because Valiant was blech.
I'm still going to stick with Mistborn. It's starting to pick up in the YA community, because it's technically a YA. Like as far as how it's written and stuff, but Brandon Sanderson started as a fantasy writer, like high fantasy, and so they didn't. Whenever he wrote Mistborn, they didn't advertise it as YA, so it kind of like it did really well, and it's really big in like the fantasy. You know, if you go to the adult sci-fi fantasy section, it does really well and stuff. But it's YA. Everyone needs to go and read it because it's amazing. And like Brandon Sanderson can pretty much write anything, and I'm gonna love it. But Mistborn, guys, come on! Like I've been seeing it picking up in Bookstagram though lately, and I'm super excited. And he has a new book coming out. And it's YA.
Okay, someone says, where do you guys get ARCs? I'm dying to get my hands on one. Well, we are a book subscription box, so the publishing company sends those directly to us. All we do is ask for them, and we shall receive, unless they are very huge and they say, even you are not worthy.
However, before we were a book box, you could go to festivals like Y'all Fest and get them. They're given away constantly. Or you can join a website like NetGalley or
Edelweiss. I don't know.
And that you can request free ebook arcs of almost.
And they even have those websites have all types of books too. It's not just young adult. Like I just got the new Nalini Singh book for Archangel series because I need my adult fix every now and then. They have everything, so you just have to be like they're picky sometimes on some books. You're not just going to get the biggest release coming out first. They want you to have like reviews under your belt. So if you get a book through one of those websites, make sure you are keeping up with reviewing them and doing everything you're supposed to.
Because that's what an ARC is. It's for you to review, not for us. We're not required to review them publicly because we're, looking at them from an acquisition standpoint. But as a reader, if you're getting an ARC, the point is that they want you to review it and tell them how you like it so that it can build up some hype. Oh, Nicole Brian says she's going to Y'all Fest. Us too. We're just going undercover though. but we're gonna find people.
Let's see. Truth Witch series. Oh, I love the Truth Witch series. Wink, wink.
I do too. We love Truth Witch. And
Yes.
Susan Denard.
I feel like we're like Daynard. I've heard Daynard before, but I'm not really sure. She's wonderful though, and she's so funny.
She is so funny.
I feel like every time we say wink, wink, I feel like the teacher, he's talking about what's going to be on the test. She goes, and the sky was blue. They just like pause and look at everyone to make sure they write it down for the test. I feel like that's us whenever we talk about things like this. Truth Witch. Wink,
we love
wink.
it.
Yeah. Anyways. Let's see. Yes, Thranduil. That is one reason to watch. Let's see.
Warcross. I love Warcross. Love it.
What'd you say?
So, Psyche's library said Warcross. Question mark.
Oh.
Love Warcross.
I thought you said Warcraft, and I was just like, yes, World of Warcraft.
We had a Warcross item in the August box that I designed, which was super fun, and then I couldn't help myself, and for October, we're having a shirt that is also Warcross themed, and super secret. It's gonna be double-sided.
Yeah, this shirt's going to be a lot different than what we normally do, which we try to keep it changed up. Everyone will notice that in August shirts. Let's see. Someone said y'all are going to Y'all Fest. Yes, we will be there. We will be posting about it, and we will have shirts that will point out who we are in case you forget our faces. Unless you want to take a screenshot and find us like this, in which case I will give you something extra, but also give you a mean mug for screenshotting my face. So, we will be there. Let's see.
Fallen Kingdoms, is that the troll one?
What? No, I don't know if it has a troll in it, but it's the one that has the cover where he's always on a horse and he looks like Assassin's Creed.
What?
He always has like a hood on Fallen Kingdoms. It has like 7 billion of them.
Okay, wait, is it the...
Yes.
I read them at the same time as the troll ones, so I always get the names mixed up. This is what happens to me. Don't have kids, because your brain will rot, and you won't remember what books are.
Yeah. It has that dude that looks like he's like dabbing somebody with his daggers, and he's got his hood on.
She just had a new book, Dance of Thieves.
Yeah.
Mary, that's those. I did read those. I read them at the same time as I read
I'm talking about more. This one, Fallen Kingdoms is Morgan Rhodes.
Oh, never mind. I'm kidding. Haven't read those.
I have them. I own all of them, but.
See, like, my brain is mush. Guys, I had 4.5 hours of sleep last night, and then the night before I had, like, 3.
Yeah. Okay, let's see here. We're going to skip that one and save it for later. Opinion on that Apolycon book signing thing. If you're talking about Apolycon in general, I went this year, and I really enjoyed it. That's where I got to see Sarah Maas, whatever. I got to see her, and I got to see a lot of new authors that were brought to my attention, because I like to binge read everybody who's going to be there, and they're not your typical people who are going to be at festivals. There's a lot of adult writers, and I loved it. I had a lot of fun. Tickets are probably already sold out, so I hope you're already going if that's why you're asking for our opinion. It sold out within 7 minutes last year, all of the tickets for like 450 people. It was awesome, though. I went to Washington, D.C. for that one. Thoughts on The Cruel Prince?
We love the Cruel Prince.
Love it.
Yeah, and Nicole, I saw the question about Arcs at Y'all Fest. Do you remember the big green area where there were like tents, a bunch of tents set up? I don't remember the name of it, but it was over there.
It's where Wednesday books and everything. You have to get a schedule. If you print out the schedule, it literally says like when they have ARC drops. When you first enter, they give you a booklet that has a schedule of signings and everything. It tells you when certain ARCs are going to be dropped. Well, dropped is the key word. That's when they give them away.
Right. And be prepared to stand in the line.
We made a list. Literally, I scheduled it out. I was like, okay, at this time, you two are going to this signing, I'm going to this one, and I'll come and meet with you because the line will still be going. And then when we get out of there, we'll go directly to this ARC drop because that's important. Like, I had a schedule.
I'm excited this year to get to go to all the panels, like get to go to more panels because I was so like obsessed with the ARC drops, because this is literally 2 weeks before we said, okay, we're starting a box. So ARCs are super important to us when we went last time. ARCs and signings are still going to be really important because I want to, talk to some of them. But this time I really want to go and participate more in panels. Like, I'm super excited for that.
Yeah. We have the question, the Throne of Glass special editions, do you like them? I like to collect every edition. There is no edition that I have found ugly. I am really mad that I didn't get a hardback of the very first Throne of Glass with the girl's face that Sarah always makes fun of, but I try to collect all of them. I have part of the UK edition too. My collection is very important to me because I have every single hardback signed by her. I'm looking up at the collection. I'm not just like staring at this out in the sea. But yes, I like to collect them, but most of the time I really just try to keep to the originals with the hardback and a signature.
I haven't read Dark Descent of Elizabeth Frankenstein yet, but we did read another one of her books coming out.
Well, we can't wait for that one yet. Let's see. Harley is reading, had put to Brittany, tell us more about the baby's upcoming adorable, and then it says ... because it
Oh, I read that one. She said, tell us about the baby's upcoming adorable shirts, and will you be making them for dogs? If you guys are wondering what that was about, you can go look at our highlight feed for the We Are Human one, and you'll see I run my shirt shop at Virgil Wisteria, and I decided I was going to put some stuff on onesies for Griffin, and they're super cute. I did a Damon Black one from the Lux series, and it says, hey kitten, want a cookie? Super cute. And I did a Am I Not Merciful Error one, and then Shadowhunter in Training one. They're super cute, and I can't wait. Like, I'm about to start like a whole line, so those are really fun. And if someone wants some on dog shirts, I mean, just let me know. I'll see what I can do. I never thought about it. Does Pippin want to be a Shadowhunter in Training?
Yes.
Okay.
He's also, can you stop licking me? Special edition of Sky in the Deep. There's a special edition last year. They're talking about the ARC? I had a special edition ARC. Just to let y'all know, you're not allowed to sell ARCs. Just a
if you
bit
do
of
get
advice.
an ARC, do not.
That's illegal.
Because if it continues and people keep finding, or the publishers keep finding out that they're being sold, then there won't be ARCs anymore.
Oh, yes, it was white and gold. Because I got that one, and then not only did I drop it outside of my car, getting in my car while it was storming, and that's why I dropped a book and didn't notice it, but then I backed out over the book.
I remember you calling me.
I ran over the art. And we were trying to review it at the time because we used it in our April crates. So I literally brought in the soaking wet book that was in a puddle, let it semi-dry because, of course, a book is not going to just dry. It was, like, soaked and dripping. So I peeled each page and read the rest of the book peeled. So that shows you my dedication.
And how much we love Sky in the Deep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And Adrian is super sweet. I loved her.
Let's see. That's a spoiler, so we can't talk about that. Six of Crows. Favorite ship, character, moment in the book. I've only read one. So.
I don't. I love Matthias and Nina. They're my favorite ship in the book because they really have a good arc and like a backstory, and it's not anything instantaneous. It's something that really builds, and it starts from like almost a hate, like an enemy thing, and it just kind of builds to something where they recognize each other as people, and then it just really. Okay, that's all I have to say.
I have only read one book, but I already know spoilers because I'm that person who can't sit still long enough to figure out what the end of a book is. And I'm a huge Kaz and Inej person just because I adore Kaz so much. And I also hate slow burn romances. Hate them with a fiery passion. Like, literally, I will skip to an end of a book just to make sure that they will end up together. So
it's not a slow burn though. Like there's some burning going from the beginning. It's just not a love.
It's
burn.
like steady. Well, I am a love fanatic. Okay.
Well,
I got out of my comfort zone with this one. I literally just started reading this one because my book club chose it for the month. I wasn't a big fan of Grisha. I didn't like it, so I stayed away from Six of Crows, but I actually really do like that one. So I will be finishing that one. Let's see. I'd love to know your favorite characters from Throne of Glass. I guess I can guess yours. Dorian.
It's Dorian. And yours is going to be Rowan and Lysandra. Am I right? Yeah.
Yes. Rowan always. I adore Rowan. The ground he walks on and the air he flies in.
Dorian is my sweet angel baby. Never mind.
I love Dorian.
That is not always an angel.
Let's see here. This is my favorite small cinnamon roll in the world.
You're my people. I love Dorian. Like, I fought tooth and nail to name the baby Dorian. Not even kidding. But anyways, we had to make a compromise, and we ended up with Griffin.
Yeah, I'm mad about that. They're just FYI, their last name is Fraser, and they didn't name their son Jamie. Okay?
We have reasons.
That's what I'm mad about.
We had reasons for that. But I did, guys, I tricked my husband. I snuck in the middle name. His name is Griffin Tiberius. And Griffin is spelled with a Y in it, like Gryffindor, so it's short for Gryffindor. But his middle name is Tiberius. And I was like, like Captain Kirk, his middle name is Tiberius. So he was like, oh, that's so cool. And I was like, yeah. Also, my sweet baby Tai from from the Dark Artifices.
You dirty dog, you. So wrong.
Hey, whatever. I told him after we signed that birth certificate.
Let's see. Least favorite book tropes. Triangles. I can't stand love triangles. Literally, I'll start reading it, and if it happens, I close the book. I don't like it.
I don't mind a trope if it's done right. Like, if you're going to go with the trope, make it, go with the trope.
I like tropes. Don't get me wrong. but I cannot do a love triangle because it's too much
There's
edging
that
on
girl
cheating.
who was just talking about some Twilight like 20 minutes ago.
No, I was in high school, okay? And the closest thing I got to a boy was a fictional character, okay? My first kiss, I was in like ninth grade, okay? So I had to deal with what God give me, what He giveth me, okay? Then I grew up and learned my ways.
Woo. Also, Julian, Psyche. It's all Julian.
Let's see here. Everything else is...
Insta-love is where I'm at on that. Insta-love
I need insta-love in between serious books. Like, me and Brittany are pretty big on, like, we will read these arcs for you guys, and then we have to have crash sessions of heavy romance to get us back.
We have to go through, like, 5 or 6 bad books to get to a good one. And guys, like, I love to read. Last year, I was like, my Goodreads was like blown out the water, and I had like over 250 books last year. And like, I mean, I'm a reader. I read constantly. Like, I always have an ebook going, a physical book, and an audiobook. Like, it's just a nonstop thing for me. But when we're reading these arcs, like, we have to go through a lot of bad ones to get to a good one. And, like, it's kind of like a finishing line type thing. You find a good one, and you're just like, oh my gosh, thank God. You finish it. And then you have to read something else. Like, completely different, not YA and stuff like that. So that's... Yeah, but as far as Insta-Love goes, like, if it's done right, I'm okay with it. But sometimes it's just stupid. Like, it can be so stupid. I'm just like, what? Like, okay, I get it. You guys had some, like, hot burning passion from the very beginning, but why?
Yeah.
Is there anything that's even remotely attractive about you because you don't have a brain? Clary.
Yeah. Fighting off your brother, not brother. Let's see here. That's all for the light questions. We only have heavy questions left.
Heavy, heavy, heavy.
So I guess the first one I'll start one off is to Meagan from Holy. Talk about kale and deliver the salt we something we all need or what we all deserve. I read that one.
Salt we all deserve. Kale.
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 About as good as the actual kale in the real world.
Kale.
Yeah. Well,
kale.
I am not a fan of kale. Holly will hate me for this one. Holly loves kale. I do not like him. I think he idolizes people, and he idolized Aelin and put her in this glass box of what he thought she could be, and then was disappointed whenever she wasn't that. And I've dealt with people like that in the real life, and I guess it all depends on your experiences, but he was a little ninny when she got back in town.
I think that Kale is a very naive character in the very beginning of the... Like, he thinks that he's all big and bad because, you know, he's captain of the guard, blah, 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 but he's also, like, 18. You know, like, he's never been battle-tested or anything like that. There's no reason this kid should be captain of the guard. Obviously, there's something going on that's dirty, and he's just the front. But, you know, we don't find that out until later. Sorry, spoiler. But, I mean, he's very naive, and he has this, like, mindset of this is white and this is black, and there is no gray. And that's all of it, you know? But then I feel like he gets put up against a wall, and he doesn't know how to react to stuff, and he just kind of, like, I don't know, as far as a character goes, I feel like he's had some of the biggest growth from the first book.
Yeah.
If you look at it in the form of like him actually growing as a person and learning to be less of a douche. And I'm really excited for it that he, you know, has gotten to where he is now at the end of Tower of Dawn, because he kind of, like, there was a lot of redemption for him, and he admitted fault to a lot of stuff, like, straight up admitted it. So, like, I appreciate Kale and his big brown puppy eyes.
Yeah. He's a character that was definitely needed.
Yeah, he's definitely, he needs to be there, and he needed to like grow the book also, and like move everything along, because we needed him to show some of those prejudices, and you know, we needed a point of view from someone who is not. What's going on with your face? We needed a point of view that was, you know, from a non-magic user, because a non-magic user is going to have different views on stuff. You know,
Can I tell you what I do like about Kale?
Yes.
His bromance with Dorian.
They're so cute. Oh, look at them hearts.
Yes. I adore them. And I got really mad at him for his reaction to Dorian at first. And I'm really glad he was able to get over it. And it did tell you that, like, you know, everyone gets mad about, well, I've heard a lot of comments on his reaction to Aelin was like, it was natural, it's what would have happened in real life and stuff, but at the same time, it does show you that both of them didn't have the emotions there for each other. Like, she was able to move on after that pain of how he treated her and stuff, and she found somebody else. And he also, if he did care so much, and if he did love her the way that he claimed, he would have been able to swallow it like he did with Dorian. Because he did get over it with Dorian. And, you know, he does grow. And I also love Kale's storyline going with Nezrin, and then moving on even farther with, I always forget her name. Yrene. Yeah. And I am happy for him and how his development's gone. One of my favorite things about all of her books is it's not first love, always love. It's not realistic. And she does it in a way that's not like Triangle. Like, Kale's story with Aelin was over when she moved on to Rowan.
Exactly. And I really appreciate that. Especially, like, growing up in the Twilight Age, I think that messed up a lot of girls in our generation as far as, like, what they think is acceptable, you know, from a significant other, or, you know, it kind of has this whole theme of, but he loves me, so it's okay, and that's not okay.
Or I think it's okay to, like, talk to two different guys at one time, and, you know, entertain the idea of two people. That's not how I see a relationship working out. And it also just looks bad for a bunch of us girls when that does happen, and they just think that we can do that. So, I do appreciate, in conclusion, I appreciate Kale's character. I am happy for him and where he is. I am just not very interested in his storyline when it comes to Kingdom of Ash. He is not my point of reference at all.
I'm super interested in the reunion of Dorian and Kale, and whenever they meet up, and they're just like, dude, what did you do? What did you do? Because a lot of stuff's kind of happened.
Yeah.
They got some catching up. Can you imagine, like, Kale's reaction to Manon?
Ooh. Yeah,
that's not good.
What?
Okay, I don't know if you were talking, but I didn't hear anything for a minute.
All
right,
no.
Let's move on.
I wasn't. Let's see. Someone asked for Kingdom of Ash theories, but I'm not going to do that because I don't want to drop any spoiler crazy things. But someone did say, how do you feel about Elite and Lorcan? I love them. Ship. That's how I ship.
Up.
How?
You're all pixely. You
But can
sound
you
kind
hear
of
me?
robotic.
I
Yes,
am
you
a
sound
robot.
Error.
Error.
Where's she at?
Yeah.
No, we didn't get to read KOA. We're not that important.
Yeah, I don't think anybody did.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure nobody has.
Let's see. I guess the biggest bomb on here is opinions on Nesta and Nessian.
This is all you.
I'm not gonna rant about it. I will say that I think how you react to Nesta is all about how your life has panned out and how many toxic relationships you've actually dealt with in person. You know, it's one thing that, when you grow up, your parents say to not be mean to the bullies because you never go home, never know if they go home to a bad home life. But it doesn't make up for those people being a bully, you know. And I think it's really easy to romanticize any character that has been through things and make you feel like sympathetic to their causes. I honestly feel if we would have read a book from Tamlin's point of view, everyone would have felt bad for Tamlin and how he was coping with what happened under the mountain. I think we would have all been sympathetic to him and been mad at how Feyre reacted. But instead, we only got to see Feyre's side of being abused by Tamlin. So my reaction with Nesta is more of I've had a lot of toxic relationships where they use bad experiences as an excuse to be a horrible friend or a horrible person. And to me, no matter what she's been through, it makes it no excuse. A lot of people also said they didn't like Elaine as much as Nesta either. And I think the difference between Elaine and Nesta is Elaine was a lot more like Feyre, and she internalized everything that happened, and so she kind of blocked herself off from the world, which to me is a very different thing than outwardly trying to hurt those around you and being awful. So
True.
I am interested to see her in the Illyrian camps because I would like to see any of those people say that she can't do anything because she's a woman. So I think Nesta is really going to stir up a hornet's nest when she goes to the camps. And I know that her growth is coming. I know that wonderful things are going to happen because she would not curse Cassian to a fate like that because we all love Cassian. But I just don't like Nesta. I don't.
Good job.
Do you have it? What's your opinion?
I feel like Sarah likes to do a lot of gender bendings for some stereotypical stuff that we would see from a different point of view. Like with Aelin, the way she is, there's a lot of like clap back about how she is and, how she's got that swag. And if it was a guy that did it, we wouldn't think anything about it. He'd be the, main male love interest, probably, because of who he is. And it would, totally be okay, but when it's Aelin, it's different. And I think it's kind of the same thing with Nesta, and she does it on purpose, I think. If it was a guy acting like that, we would want redemption for him, and we would want someone to soften his heart, and blah, 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 blah. And I'm totally guilty of that, too. Like, I can see it. Like, if Nesta was the bad boy, we'd want, some change for her. We would love her, but it would be kind of like, we'd want the female version of Cassian to come in and shake things up and show us the inner softie, blah, blah, blah. But because it's switched like that, it kind of messes with our heads and shows us a little bit about, how we think about things in this day and age. And,
well, they also have, oh, sorry.
I think that she's got a lot of redemption that she needs to pull through. She bothers me. What bothers me a lot isn't the last books, but like the beginning, when she's letting her little sister do all this stuff while she wants, new boots
And pay her
like
rent.
that.
Oh.
Like, you're just gonna let your little sister, who's
always taking care of you while you did nothing.
Take care of you while you're a spoiled brat. And then, like, so it's not like she's not just a bad character, like a mean person after things happen to her. She was like that from the beginning, and a lot of people just don't go back to that. So I feel like she's got a lot of stuff she needs. Like, she might have had some bad stuff happen to her, but you know what? Karma.
Yeah. A lot of people are bringing up Elaine with Lucian and Asriel. I think with mine is, and everyone kind of freaks out about how, like, I've seen a lot of people mad about how she treats Lucian, but honestly, out of all of the relationships happening, I understand the way she reacts to Lucian more than any other problematic relationship, because pretty much Elaine has never gotten a choice in anything. She grew up in a world where women had to be pretty and sold off to husbands to have money and have a life. And she didn't get a choice in being made fae. She didn't get a choice with her mother. And then now she gets into this new world, and she's told she has a mate. And what? Am I supposed to belong to that person? Like, what is that supposed to mean? So I do understand how standoffish she is. I wish that she would. Sorry, my fiance got help. But I do understand where she's coming from on that reaction to him. I don't know how I feel about Asriel and her. I love that he has somebody. I love that he has somebody and stuff. I do like the idea that I almost get the want for them to be like Harry Potter and Hermione at the same time, where like they can be friends and stuff and do that, but I don't see anybody else for Asriel. And out of everybody, I want Asriel to be happy. I love that
thing. Like, I want Asriel to be happy, but he deserves somebody that's his. Like, could you imagine being with someone that you're always thinking about the fact that that person has a mate somewhere that has this like internal draw? Even if she like denies that at some point, like, she still got that. We only have 2 minutes left, by the way.
Yeah.
She still got that going. She has that internal thing that's going to pull her towards him, that mating pull. And, like, could you imagine being with someone thinking, constantly having to worry about whether or not...
Will they ever feel it?
Right. Like, Asriel deserves someone for himself, and he doesn't deserve someone else's mate.
Yeah. But at the same time, I want Lucian with Vassa.
That would be cool too, but
I love Vassa, and I want to see so much of her. And I guess I see that set up because he's going over there somehow, traveling there, and he's been spending time with Vassa. But I can also see Vassa being with Jurian. Because I love
Jurian. This like headcanon in my head that he goes to go, and Elaine just says, I need a break, I need out of here, and just goes and leaves with them and tells him, I'm not leaving to be with you, I just want to get out of here type thing.
Yeah.
Like, this is like my headcanon, like, this is gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like, she just disappears with Lucian, doesn't tell anybody. Whenever he's about to leave, she just like tags along and goes with him. I want Elaine to get out and see the world a little more, because she's a little too sheltered.
Yeah.
So,
I want to see her story.
we have 25 seconds.
Okay, well, it's been fun, y'all. I'm always here to rant if anyone wants to message me. Always. I get so passionate.
We're going to stop doing this a little more often, but until then, you guys.
Bye.
Bye.